Hello NWA Sports Entertainment Wrestling fans, I'm Jimmy McDowell here in Marion, Ohio, outside of the USW Hall where it's drizzly and rainy right now. It's messing up my hair and I don't like messed up hair. The reason I'm here is because I'm looking for Joe Bruiser. Ever since he lost his match to Renzo Lavelle at March Mayhem, Bruiser has kind of become a recluse. He's kind of gone in hiding, hasn't really been seen by anybody, hasn't really been communicating with anybody, responding to any phone calls or text messages. So let's go inside, see if we can find him. Well, I'm here to look for Joe, but it sounds like there might be some action going on in the ring. Let's see who's training in there. Follow me. Looks like we've got Bryen Douglas doing some training with the guy who was injured. He doesn't look very injured anymore.
I think we got some company.
Oh, is this close, man? This close.
Thank you,
What's up, Bryen?
what's up, dude?
How's it going, man?
Who's he?
Jimmy, he's a new commentator.
That's right. I'm a new broadcast partner for Foz, and I started back at Friction, and if memory serves correctly, go ahead and come on down, guys. If memory serves correctly, at Friction, Tony Reno was out talking with the fans, which the fans didn't really care to hear what Tony Reno had to say, but nonetheless, Reno was trying to talk to the crowd. Now you came out to try and get the guy to shut up, and then he attacked you from behind.
Attacked me from behind.
Basically is what happened. Now, your hand had been injured previously, right?
Yeah, it broke 3 metacarpals.
That was at the January show, right?
My match in January with Ricky Cartier. First 10 seconds, I went to shoot a double leg and broke 3 metacarpals back here.
So now, when Tony Reno attacked you at Friction, I noticed he started attacking your hand. Did that injure it any worse?
Well, luckily for Tony Reno, I had a doctor's appointment that following Thursday, and I went and got everything checked out. And aside from this bump that will be here for the rest of my life, it seems no further damage was done. So he's very, very lucky on that front.
Well, and that's a good thing for you as well, that no further damage was done. So what were you guys doing here today? Were you guys doing some training here today?
Well, being out of action for so long, I mean, 2 months may not seem like a long time, but if you're like me and you itch just to get back in this ring, you don't want to let anything like that happen, and anytime it does, it's just all bad news. So what I did today was I asked my man Bryen Douglas here if he would help me to figure out if I was ready to come back. And, well, Bryen, what do you think?
Well, you're definitely not as good as you're ever going to get, but you're definitely as good as you ever was.
So you're saying there's room for improvement down the road, but you're saying he's back to where he was originally.
Nobody in the wrestling business, everybody take this, nobody in the wrestling business ever has everything figured out. If you do, retire.
The words of wisdom from Bryen Douglas. So now my question is, Tony Reno, we haven't seen him here in Marion, Ohio recently. He's actually been out in Las Vegas, Nevada, competing and wrestling out there. He will be coming back here to Marion to compete at NWA SCW Breakdown on April 5th. So the question becomes, are you going to be completely healed up, and are you going to be completely physically and mentally ready to take on Tony Reno at Breakdown?
Well, I saw that I didn't have to beg too much to get a match with them. They decided that it was in their best bet to give me a match with them. So physically, I'd like to do a couple more tests, but Bryen says that I can catch him pretty easily, and I know Tony Reno isn't as quick as Bryen Douglas.
Not too many people are. So
As a matter of fact, the only other person on this roster as quick as Bryen Douglas just happens to be his partner, Jesse McCoy. So I think agility-wise, I'm back, but I'd still like to run a couple more tests, see what happens.
maybe that's a new tag team name for Douglas and McCoy. Maybe we can start calling them Grease Lightning or something like that.
The quick and the dead.
Or the quick and the dead. And but nonetheless, so he's mentally ready. He's raring to get back in the ring. He's almost physically there. Another couple weeks of some training and practice matches, and I think he'll be ready come April 5th to take on Tony Reno at NWA Sports Entertainment Wrestling's Breakdown.